Welcome to the 36th edition of the Goldie Gossip podcast. I'm your host, Goldie Himalaya, and let's get started with the show. So guys, a couple of Halloweens ago, I wasn't here. My alter ego took over. Sound Man. He's a fictional comic book character that me and Nancy created. And it turned out really well. Nancy did the artwork and I did the actual costuming of the characters. And we shot a video. We're going to show that at the end of the show. But anyways, Sound Man went to Stark Industries. I think I showed you guys on that podcast that Tony Stark gave me an actual Iron Man arc reactor. It's really cool. But it came unassembled. I got a nephew. You've seen him on another podcast. His name is Jesse Camille. We call him Jesse C, the little producer guy that's working with me. 7 years old. Me and Nancy didn't even attempt to put it together. I just had it new in the box. I gave it to this kid, and in 2 hours, this kid had it built. He's only 7 years old. When I was 7 years old, I was still eating boogers. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of that kid. It's the smartest little kid I ever seen. But anyways, he put it together for me, and I want to show you guys an actual arc reactor from Stark Industries. Here it is right here, guys. Check this off. I'll pull it out the box. Look at this. Is this incredible or what? This is an actual Iron Man arc reactor. These are the leads that go down, connected to my heart, here in my chest, and they stick it in. But this thing is so nice. This is so nice, I don't even want to do that. I'm just going to keep this as a souvenir, and I'm going to put it in a glass case for display. Is that cool or what? The actual Iron Man arc reactor from Stark Industries. I'm digging that. All right. We cut that off. Now, okay, guys. I got to bring to the throne some beef. I have beef with Beverly Hills and the Beverly Hills Hotel. Yeah, I'm gonna spill you some tea. I want to start off by saying that a black architect by the name of Paul Williams was the architect of the Polo Lounge in the Beverly Hills Hotel, the Crescent Wing. They have a Crescent Wing. He designed that, and he designed the Pink Palace of the Beverly Hills Hotel. He started doing architecture in Los Angeles in 1920s. he built over 2,500 Southern California homes and around the world. Now check this off, guys. Check this off. Paul Williams, in spite of building and designing the Beverly Hills Hotel, he wasn't allowed to go there because he was black. I'm telling you, the Beverly Hills, the entire Beverly Hills area is racist. I'm telling you, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I'm going to give you some stories. But anyways, I want to go on to talk about Mr. Paul Williams, who designed a great deal of the Beverly Hills Hotel in spite of not being invited to come in. In 1925, he built his own mansion in the Brentwood area. Now, Brentwood is rich. It's right there below the hills of Beverly Hills, the Hollywood Hills, all that. You got Bel Air, you got Brentwood, and he built his own crib. And you know how racist people are today. So can you imagine how racist they was back in 1925? And this black man built him a mansion in Brentwood. Now, just to show you how prolific Mr. Paul Williams was, he built cribs for celebrities, many celebrities. Let me give you the list. Frank Sinatra, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Cary Grant, Danny Thomas. He built St. Jude's for Danny Thomas in Memphis, Tennessee. So him and Danny Thomas was really tight. He built a crib for Denzel Washington. He built a crib for Ellen DeGeneres, Andy Garcia, and like I said before, in the Beverly Hills Hotel, he did the Polo Lounge, the Crescent Wing, and the Pink Palace. And as well as that, he built a crib for Bill Cosby. I'm going to tell you how racist they was with me. I have a daughter. Her name is Dr. Dana Keys. She's in Michigan. Her and her husband came out. They wanted to see a Clippers game at the Staples Center. When they came out, you know, them being rich and ritzy, they stayed at the Beverly Hills Hotel in the pink bungalows in the back. I'm working at Children's Hospital in the surgical department. So I had my clothes all ready to go so I could change there, and we go to the Staples Center. I get my clothes. I'm driving a 1995 Honda Accord hatchback. It was a 5-speed. You know, but I had reliable transportation, but when you drive a car like that through Beverly Hills, they look at you like you trouble. So I got my clothes. I still got my scrubs on. I didn't even have time to change my scrubs because I was excited to see my daughter. I hadn't seen her in a while. So her and her husband, Lim, were in the bungalows, Beverly Hills Hotel. So I pull up in doctor scrubs and my clothes. I get out my car, I park, and you should have seen the racism that I got. There were at least 2 or 3 different white women that went, oh, clenching their purses like, I said, lady, please stop it. My feelings was hurt. I'm telling you, more than one of them did it. As I was walking by, they was getting all out the way and hunching their shoulders and whispering. I had tears in my eyes. I said, these racist motherfuckers. So I got to my daughter's bungalow. It was nice. We went in. I met her husband and everything, and we was getting ready to go to the Staples Center that night. And I got a chance to take a shower, change clothes. And when we changed clothes, my daughter wanted to eat. I wanted to go to McDonald's. McDonald's is good enough for me. But she wanted to go down into the lounge in the lobby of the Beverly Hills Hotel. Now, at this time, I was really going through a bad divorce. It was killing me. I was in court for my children. I was crying. We went and sat down to have a meal at the restaurant in the lobby of the Beverly Hills Hotel. I wish you could have seen how these white folks was tripping. My daughter must have paid $85 a plate for some raw, unseasoned meat and even raw vegetables. We could spend $20 and went to McDonald's and picked out. But she wanted to go to the Ritzy restaurant. So we're sitting there, and I'm explaining to her, what I'm going through with my ex, in the courts and stuff. And while I'm looking over my daughter's shoulder, I'm looking all around the restaurant. And every single one of them was whispering and then looking at us with glares like, "You're not welcome here." It was ridiculous. I hated it. I said, I hate this place. And when I get out of here, I ain't never coming back no more. It was a bad experience. There were even celebrities. I don't even want to give them no shine, so I'm not going to say their names, but there were celebrities in the restaurants as well. And every one of them white folks at every one of them tables was talking shit, like, oh, niggers in the lobby. Niggers having a meal here. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you my second story that really pissed me off. In addition to the media putting stories out about the housekeepers, all of the housekeepers are Hispanic. They were treating the housekeepers like they were dogs. And they got together and they sued them. And rightfully so, because they looked down on people. Now, check out this story. I rented a limo. I was with a young lady. We rented a limousine and we took a tour through the Hollywood Hills. They showed us all of the stars' home. We saw Janet Jackson's house and we saw the Playboy Mansion. And they even drove us all the way up to the Hollywood sign. We got out of the limo at the Hollywood sign and, had a little smoke, had a little drink, and took some photo opportunities. And we got back in the car, in the limo. When we got back in the limo, they took us to Rodeo Drive. Peeps, let me tell you something. Don't go to Rodeo Drive. They don't want you there, and they will let you know. Check this out. The limo came down the hill and went to Rodeo Drive, and they stopped at a little park at an intersection, and they told us, get out and, go up and down Rodeo Drive. First of all, you have to have an appointment. You have to have an appointment to walk into one of them stores. And if you have an appointment, even if you don't spend anything or buy anything, they're charging you a couple of grand. So we're walking up and down Rodeo Drive. We looked into the shop where they did Pretty Woman, where Richard Gere took her to buy a dress. Yeah. We looked into the window and they was looking at us like, you can't come in here, this is by appointment only. It was a shame. I hated it. We walked up and down there and all we did was get insulted by store owners locking their doors and looking at you like you don't belong there. I went back to the limousine. They took us back to Hollywood Boulevard, and I'm telling you, straight up, I will never, ever go back to Beverly Hills. And if I ever got mega rich, I will buy the Beverly Hills Hotel and turn it into a fucking hip-hop club and see how them Beverly Hills snooty motherfuckers like that shit. So, that's my shit. That's what I gotta say about Beverly Hills and the Beverly Hills Hotel. Bring that ass here, boy. All right, we're going to close out the video with the movie of Sound Man and Note Girl, created by me and Nancy. Check it out.